automatically a little welcome message there, as well as popular achievements. So this is going to be data store driven here. We're going to need a data store query that goes into the data store and runs a query to get the 5 most popular achievements and puts them here on the page. We're also going to have a statistics area here, so we'll have an entity that maintains aggregates of all the stats here inside of the data store. So this will require another data store query. And then we've got some leaderboards, a couple of more data store queries. So the homepage is really going to be driven by querying the data store to shape all the data that's going to be filled in here. Our achievements page, if we click on this link here, is going to take us to a little search engine on top of achievements. So anybody can come in here, put in some parameters, hit the search button, and that will give them the list of achievements down here that they will have the ability then to either favorite or mark that they achieved it, which will add it into their portfolio of achievements. So just a nice little search engine on top of our achievement entity that'll sit inside of the data store that will contain all of the achievements here for our site. So here we'll see how to write some dynamic queries against the data store. Pretty cool. Also, if we head over to the Cheevers link, this is how we're going to be able to search for people to follow. So same kind of deal here. We have a nice little search engine on top to search and find Cheevers, where we'll be able to follow them, see how many people are following them, and just look at all the users of the system, essentially. The last thing we can do over here is log in. And notice we could search achievements and Cheevers and do all this stuff without actually being logged in. This is where we're going to need to wrap security around this, because we only want logged in users to be able to do this kind of thing. We don't want a guest in the system having the ability to follow people, because we don't know who they are and we won't be able to follow them. So we're going to wrap security around all of this, but I did just put the basics in here, because if we click on login right now, it's going to simulate logging in with your Google account to Google's real system. But again, since we're running this locally, it's just going to give this little simulation here that will allow us to log in with any email address and also log in as an administrator. Because right now, if we log in as a regular user, now we're logged in, it's going to say welcome and then the username. We'll see how to get that in there. We'll be able to see our profile. But if we're logged in as an administrator, we're going to be able to get into administrative settings to do things like validate achievements. But if we look at our profile here, here's what it looks like. And this is where we're going to be able to fill out our profile. So we'll be able to define a username, our email address for notifications, a bio, and we'll also be able to see who we're following. And over on the right-hand side, we're going to be able to add new achievements. So this is how we're going to get data into the data store. Anybody's going to be able to come in their profile, add an achievement, specify a category, a description, and a score, and hit add. You'll also be able to see your achievements that you've marked as Cheeved It down here in your profile. Now let's log out as a regular user and log in as an administrator, just so I can show you this last page here. When you're logged in as an administrator, you'll get this admin link here. If we click on that, it'll take us to the approval page. So this is where an administrator will be able to make achievements that anybody has made live. So this will give us, again, an opportunity here to show you how poll queues work. Because anytime someone makes an achievement, it'll go into a poll queue here for an administrator to come in here and either approve or reject that achievement. Approve means it'll go live, reject means it will not. And the other part I want to mention here, if we go back to the profile, is anybody that you're following, you will be automatically registered to get email notifications whenever they have an achievement approved, and it goes live here in the system. So that'll give us an opportunity to show you how push queues work. And then on the home page, we'll see how scheduled tasks work, because in order to aggregate all the data sitting in the data store, we'll need to set up a scheduled task to run through and do all that aggregation. This is also going to give us a great opportunity to